Welcome to Sunshine for the Soul today. Thank you so much for joining me for another reading of my playlist, Blue Ridge Tarot. It's a beautiful sunny day up on the Blue Ridge Parkway today, and I am so grateful that the weather has changed and it's getting nicer, and we've been doing yard work up here, getting ready for our season. I have an Airbnb on the Parkway, and today I just wanted to get on and briefly do a quick reading. There's been a lot of transition going on, a lot of heavy energy, a lot of chaos, and I wanted to take a look today what the energies were and see if something resonated, not only for myself, but that I could pass along to you in your daily journey. So I'm starting off today with a card from the Cannabis Oracle deck, and I drew the card Adura Sinsin, which means tradition, and I'm going to read that to you right now. Although many roads lead to the same place, they are all unique and powerful. Traditions keep our legacy alive, and through our students, we pass down the gifts of song, recipes, and even this deck. Adura Sinsin comes to you when you are asked to recognize the importance of the connection we have with every heartbeat of each person on the planet. In the crown sits a cannabis leaf with a rose quartz heart resting over a large owl feather. The rose quartz has a spiral etched into the crystal, which serves to remind you of the continuity of cosmic forces. The cannabis leaf heralds the energy of the heart space and expands the mind's programming to go deeper into learning. Adura Sinsin seeks authenticity and integrity in order to fully live this human experience. When this card appears, ask yourself, where do my truths lie? Can I make meditation or prayer a daily self-care ritual? Do I see value in cultural traditions? Am I ready to experience the benefits of being disciplined? So to start off today, our reading is about embracing our traditions, recognizing the importance of not thinking of ourselves as better than anyone else, but that we are connected to each and every person on this planet in oneness. We are all children of the Creator and therefore all connected. And it's asking us, are you living and seeking authenticity and integrity in order to fully live this human experience? Good questions. Living authentically means being the same inside your home, outside your home, on social media, having a balance between this is who I am in all areas of my life, and all of them coincide and represent the true person that we are. And is that a sign of integrity when we can stand in our own power and love ourselves for who we are, and not care what other people really think about us, and treat other people with the same authenticity and integrity that we live our lives by? So I started this reading and I had two cards pop out of this rather large Rider-Waite deck. These cards are bigger than my hands. They're very difficult to shuffle, but it was so sloppy. I took a look at them. It was the Four of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and I went, well, that's a fall, not a pop. So I put them back in the deck, and I reshuffled the deck 3 or 4 times, and then I actually just flipped the top 3 cards. And what I drew was the Emperor. I drew the Four of Wands a second time, and I drew the Ten of Swords a second time. So the universe definitely had a clear message. When you can shuffle a deck, put the cards back in, and the same 2 cards pop out again. Loud and clear, universe. I'm reading you. So the first card that popped out was the Emperor. The Emperor, he leads his evolution with confidence, authority, generosity. The Emperor, he's a divine masculine. He's a leader. He's a businessman. He's confident and creative in everything he does. He leads his evolution with confidence, authority, and generosity. You can look at the Emperor kind of like the rainmaker. He makes things happen. He has no problems living in authenticity, no problems living in his integrity, and he goes for it. The Emperor is a badass. Let's just admit it. Total badass. So we've got an Emperor here, possibly who enjoys tradition, lives in authenticity and integrity. And the second card I drew was the Four of Wands. Looking at the Four of Wands, you see a couple. I don't read for gender, so when I talk about male or female, these are energies, not necessarily gender. But you see the Four of Wands, there's a celebration going on, there's a castle in the background. And the Four of Wands is the 1111 card. It's Aries energy. It represents, or could represent, the perfect divine relationship. There's a celebration, joy, harmony. It could also be a sign of marriage. So we have an Emperor character here who is possibly thinking about, Four of Wands, like, does the perfect divine relationship exist? Can I find harmony and joy in a relationship, a personal, intimate relationship? On my vision board that I look at from where I work, I have one of the things as a goal is to really have healthier, intimate relationships. Healthier relationships with my parents, my siblings, my 3 grown children, with all the people in my life that maybe there was a time where things were unhealthy because I was unhealthy. As we do our healing and as we go through our spiritual awakening, the dynamics in our relationships kind of shift into something more healthier. At least that's what we're trying to evolve into. So this Emperor character, he's got 4 of Wands on the brain. He's thinking about what could be. The next card I drew was the 10 of Swords. This individual is laying face down, flat out. He's got 10 swords in his back. Swords are communication or thoughts, and 10s mean transformation or endings of cycle. And it looks to me like a loss or a painful ending that had to be accepted by this Emperor. A painful ending maybe of what he thought was a Four of Wands relationship. I'm going to clarify each card. I'm using the Light Seers deck to clarify. Let's clarify the Emperor first and get a little bit more about the Emperor. So I've got number 13, Death, Rebirth, and I've got the 6 of Pentacles. So the Death Rebirth card is about a transformation. One part of us dies and another part of us is rebirthed. And the 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take. This Emperor maybe went through a transformation after this painful ending with a 4 of Wands connection. He went through a rebirth, maybe saw things differently, maybe went through a spiritual awakening, maybe his ascension started, and now he's looking and understanding that relationships, intimate, healthy relationships, need equal give and take. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your friend, your son, your lover, your spouse. If the relationship isn't balanced, where both are equally giving, then it's a relationship of imbalance and it won't work. This Emperor, having gone through this painful ending about a 4 of Wands connection, he didn't sit around and loathe. The Emperor, like we said, is a badass. He dug in. He went into transformation. For him, this was a new opportunity to be birthed again and to look for things in his life to become balanced, that he could equally give and take, that had sustainable results. All right, let me draw a couple cards to clarify this 4 of Wands connection. Clarify the 4 of Wands. And I've got 2 cards that popped out. I've got the King of Wands and the 3 of Wands. All right, so the King of Wands and the 3 of Wands clarify the 4 of Wands. A lot of energy here of passion and desire. So the King of Wands, that's Aries, Leo, Sag energy, fire element. Like we said, wands are passions and desires. This King of Wands, he's a natural born leader. He has an entrepreneur spirit. He likes to do things on his own. He likes to be the boss. He's a fearless warrior. You see the lion standing in the background. He's not even looking at it. He's not concerned about that lion. He's passionate, with desire. This could be very high sexual desire and attraction for this Four of Wands connection that he had. The Three of Wands is the arrival of opportunities. You see a feminine here. There's torches, 3 torches lit, looking out over the vast ocean. She's got her surfing board in her hand. It's like she's just waiting for that perfect wave, waiting for the ship to come in. So the Three of Wands is an energy of manifestation, waiting for the results of your efforts. So this King of Wands, which I'm thinking is the Emperor, that while he was involved in this Four of Wands connection, there was a lot of desire. There felt like a lot of opportunities, and there was an energy of manifesting something. But then something happened. The Ten of Swords. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. See what's going on. Dun dun dun. Alright, again, going to the Light Seers deck. We want to clarify the Ten of Swords. I had nothing pop, so I'm going to grab another deck and use my little Witch's Tarot here. Clarify that Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords came out again. Okay, wow. Ten of Swords. Let's take a look at the Ten of Swords. Times 2. So that is really the energy of pushing a loss, a painful ending that had been accepted by the Emperor. I mean, that's 10 and 10 is 20. So that's a whopper. Any Four of Wands connection, they're very powerful, divine connections. I mean, the Ten of Swords also says that, you know, you can accept a painful ending and then have an epiphany. But this is just like, wham. One card reinforces the other. 2 different decks. I'm going to pull another one because, wow. And the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, this is really bizarre. I'm pulling doubles out of double decks while I'm asking the questions. So the Four of Wands in reverse is not getting that perfect relationship, not manifesting it, not happening. It's lack of harmony. It's getting caught up in the drama. It's forgetting to celebrate the simple things. Wow, this is interesting. This is a very interesting reading this morning, and it's just reinforcing itself. When you pull cards and multiple decks that are 72 cards in a deck come out and reinforce the card you're trying to clarify, there's no doubt what it means. It's just, okay, we got you loud and clear, universe. So let's go on. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see. So this badass Emperor looks like had an opportunity with the Four of Wands. He was the King of Wands at the time, all desire, all prowl. Wow. And then something happened. Something transpired where the Four of Wands connection, there was a loss. There was a painful ending. Then the Emperor seems to go into a rebirth, a new cycle of equal give and take, or coming around to the understanding that this connection had to be transformed so that there was equal give and take before it can go forward. So I'm really curious to know, let's ask about this other character in the Four of Wands connection. Alright, so I pulled 3 cards. They were difficult to shuffle, so I did it not with the microphone on. I pulled the Ace of Wands, the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Cups in reverse. So I was asking about the other energy in this connection. A Four of Wands is dos, 2 people. So the Ace of Wands is a desire to create something in the physical. It's the arrival of inspiration, or like an aha moment. So we saw back in the beginning that the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, was lost, painful ending that the Emperor had to accept, but then he had an epiphany. So this is saying that the other character, we don't know who this character is. There's no definition of whether or not it's a queen or whatever. But this character desired in the physical, had the arrival of inspiration, an aha moment about this connection where 2 energies were not seeing eye to eye and may have been in a state of pessimism, which oddly enough, the Four of Cups in the reverse, which was the third card I drew, also means pessimism or focusing on the negative. So this other character, although they may have come in and desired this relationship with this emperor in the physical, all they could see is the negative. Maybe they were critical. Maybe they were cynical. A lot of times, if you are traumatized in a narcissistic relationship by somebody who constantly is criticizing you, always devaluing you, that in turn kind of bleeds over into you becoming that type of person. And in my personal life, this story is not about me. This is a story about these characters. But in my personal life, I struggle to not be critical because of perfectionism. And again, the Virgo perfectionism stereotype. That can lead us to, even though in your heart you mean well and you want the best for the person and you're suggesting different ways of doing things or maybe different ways to look at it, maybe that's not our place. Maybe it's not our place to point out other people's imperfections unless they ask for constructive criticism. And along my spiritual awakening journey, that is something that I'm realizing. When I started this channel and started doing videos, I realized that taking the information that I have learned and trying to be a greater positive influence to others was me not forcing the information down anybody's throat in cynicism or criticism. You can click on the video if you like. If it doesn't resonate with you, then click off. Maybe only part of the message. I can listen to readings and be right on and going, yup, and then all of a sudden it's like, what? No, that's not me. But you leave that part and you take what resonates. So coming full circle back, this character had an aha moment, kind of like I had a aha moment about not seeing eye to eye. My third eye probably wasn't open, so I wasn't following my intuition about a situation, and instead I looked at it in pessimism, because what does an unhealed empath do? They self-sabotage and blow up relationships because they are in fear of opening their heart and loving somebody because they don't want to get hurt. Sound familiar? If this sounds familiar to you and you're like, yep, like this, give me a like, because we have all been there. So let's clarify these three cards now. I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot deck to clarify the Ace of Wands. Let's find out about that aha moment, that arrival of inspiration starting out. I drew the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is twin flame energy, soulmates, a soul connection. Two people that are divinely guided in union. So I think maybe this other character that we really don't have a name for yet, just Ace of Wands character, they saw this person as their Two of Cups, and I drew the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, the Knight is an action taker. The Knight comes in with all this desire. So going back to the King of Wands in the Four connection, that King of Wands came in with a bunch of desire, and it looks like this other character, the Ace of Wands character, Two of Cups character, also came in fast with desire, reciprocated the desire, hot and heavy, getting down. But then, poof, something happened. That Ten of Swords that was experienced, the ending of a cycle, a loss, a painful ending, caused an epiphany for the Emperor, and it caused an aha moment for this Two of Cups, Ace of Wands character, who was looking at everything in a very pessimistic fashion. Pessimistic? Can't say that word. Oh, it's one of those days. Alright, so let's clarify this Six of Wands in reverse. Not seeing eye to eye, pessimistic, not having victory. What do you want us to know about this? Six of Wands. Six of Wands. And that is the Eight of Swords that popped out. Let's go one more. Sorry if the shuffling's loud. I'm trying to keep it back away from the microphone because I know how annoying that can be. But a lot of people don't like to not see readers shuffle. At some point, I will be on video, but at the time I'm doing this now, I'm not ready for that. I am still healing. All right, let's take a look at these two cards. I got the Eight of Swords upright and the Six of Swords in reverse. On the Six of Wands, so 2 sixes there. So the Eight of Swords has a feminine energy as we take a look at this. She's bound with her hands behind her back. She's got a blindfold on. There's 8 swords stuck in the ground surrounding her, and you can see the castle in the background. And the Eight of Swords is... Swords are some form of trial and challenge. So this feminine energy, which I think now let's just call her an Eight of Swords, is in a self-imposed prison, a feeling of entrapment or being stuck. So when she wasn't seeing eye to eye with this emperor, she was focusing on the negative. She was being pessimistic. She was in a self-imposed prison, stuck on the past, stuck living in the old stories and the old hurts and the old pains. The Six of Swords in reverse is a character who is resistant to change, needing to go through a personal transition, which makes sense because if you're sitting in that stuck Eight of Swords energy and you're not seeing eye to eye, you're in a pessimistic state of view, you're focusing on the negative, feeling entrapped, something has to change. And although change is scary, it is something we need to do. If you look back on my last video that I posted about the fear of change, that is something I think all of us have to deal with throughout our life, of surrendering and releasing and letting go. And it is difficult. So this character definitely had some issues when they came across this emperor. They weren't quite in a state where they were healthy enough to have a relationship. It looks to me like there was work that needed to be done to get out of the victim mode, to get out of the past, and to heal the traumas of the past. All right, now let's clarify this Four of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Cups, like we said, the Four of Cups, pessimism, focusing on the negative. Also, when you look at this card upright, someone is trying to hand a person, again, this is a number 9. I'm sorry, I'm incorrect. When I spoke before and said that there was 9s, I've got to fresh up on my numeral numbers. This is, the Emperor is number 4. The Four of Wands is number 4. And this is the Four of Cups. So we have 4, 4, 4. I have been seeing 144 and 444 for days. I mean, I have so many screenshots of it and so many videos I was watching where the 444 popped up, and today we're continuing with the 444. So upright, someone tried to hand somebody a cup of love, and this character didn't accept it. But in the reverse is there was no cup of love offered. A person sat in negativity, an energy of negativity. So let's clarify this Four of Cups in reverse. And that deck is not giving me anything. When that happens, I switch decks. I'm going to go to the Light Seers deck and clarify the Four of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. So, unfulfilled wish. Well, that's what you're going to get if you're pessimistic and negative. And the Ten of Wands in reverse. The Ten of Wands upright is releasing your burdens or your baggage. Let's take a look at these two. So the Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. The Star card comes after a Tower. The Tower is a Tower moment. It's an event that changes everything. It's the change of a belief that we were stuck on. But in the reverse, it is a loss of faith, despair, being oversensitive. A lot of empaths are ridiculed, hard word for me to say today, ridiculed for being oversensitive. So if an empath is with a narcissist, the narcissist will be overly critical because, of course, they're trying to devalue the empath. And then on top of that, a lot of empaths are HSP, which is a highly sensitive person. So being oversensitive, and the Ten of Wands is letting go of someone else's expectations, a need to stand up for yourself. So this Eight of Swords character that looked at this as a Two of Cups connection themselves. We've got the Four of Wands, we've got the Two of Cups, so definitely a divine soul connection we're talking about here. But this character wasn't in a good place, and the feminine character comes out a lot, the energy that we're talking about. The Emperor is in male energy, but they can be reversed. It's not about gender, it's about energy. So every soul has a divine feminine and a divine masculine energy within them that needs to be balanced. So we have a little bit of a story here. We have the Emperor, and they came in with desire for this Four of Wands connection, and then poof, it blew up. It was like bomb exploded. And this other character here had desire also, was like passionate about this person, looked at this person like they were a soulmate, but then had unhealed trauma themselves, was stuck in an energy of pessimism and negativity and cynicalism and maybe critiquing, and that is not in a healthy place. Part of being prepared for a healthy, intimate relationship is to make sure these parts of us are healed so we don't bring them and put them on to our relationship. So with that said, these two characters, we know what happened. We've kind of get the gist of it. I want to know what's going on in the current energy with these two characters, because this all feels like this was in the past. This was something that happened a while ago. So let's pull some more cards. Thanks for sticking with me today. If anything's resonating with you, please like and subscribe. This is a free channel. I don't do readings. I don't claim to be a psychic. I taught myself tarot as I went through the twin flame journey and wanted to monitor the collective energy in the twin flames, and that's how we arrived where we are today, which was really exciting to learn how to do this. But let's take a look at the energy of these two characters. Alright, so we are taking a look. I decided to take a look at the Emperors, what's in their mind space and what's in their heart space. So the first card I drew is the Queen of Swords, which finally we have a character that we can name for this Four of Wands connection, this Two of Cups connection. The Queen of Swords. She's clever, she's intelligent, she's independent, she's an excellent communicator, she has clear boundaries, direct communication, she's self-aware, and she seeks the truth above all else. As you can see, she holds this sword. The next card I got was the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then I got the Five of Swords. So the Eight of Wands upright is a card of fast energy, one of two fastest energy cards in the deck. It means it's go time. It's time for swift, fast movement. Could mean a card of travel, haste, good news, making split decisions. But in reverse, dun, 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 it's the opposite. It is delays. It's sitting in frustration, resisting change, unfocused energy, and having a tendency to hesitate. So in this Emperor's mind, he's thinking about this Queen of Swords, but he's hesitating communicating with her. So the Five of Swords is more or less the card of conflict. It's air element. Fives mean change about your communication and your thoughts. So in this Emperor's mind space, he's thinking about the Queen of Swords. He's frustrated, resisting change, delays. He's not communicating. He's in conflict up in his head. That's what this means. Conflict up in your head. Could be mentally or psychologically difficult to process. This could mean that, in your mind, I know Virgos are stereotypical, known to be up in their heads. Libras are known to be indecisive. But with this card of Five of Swords, the five is change. He's in confliction about communicating with the Queen of Swords. That's in his head. So let's take a look at what's in this Emperor's heart space. Aren't you dying to know? I'm dying to know. You know, looking at this too, one of the explanations for a Five of Swords is that it is, although someone may be up in their heads and conflicted about change, this does present an opportunity to build your skills and confidence if you come in and you get past that fear of change. So this Emperor is kind of sitting in his head right now. And to clarify and look at what's in his heart space, I'm going to use my Love Oracle deck. I love this little deck. It's really cute. And I'm going to get 3 cards about what's in this Emperor's heart space. We know what's in his mind, but what is in his heart space? Okay, the first card out is cassette, meaning outdated thinking, or it could just be, oh, look at this, playing events over in his head. So I asked what's in his heart space, and it came out that he's in his head playing events. Funny. I'm asking what's in his heart space. So this means that his mind is overriding his heart. He's not living in his heart space. He's still in his head. I've got the Boat Love Oracle, which is receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on. So this Emperor character is... It says that he's progressing or arriving in his heart space. And the final card is Heart with a Key. I've had this Heart with a Key come up so many times in readings over the last couple of months. Heart space of this Emperor, staying mostly in his head, replaying the events of the past. The Boat Love Oracle says that there is progression, moving on, closure issues. So in his heart, he can't get past this. In his heart, he can't get past this. And the Heart with a Key says that he's welcoming love. He wants to open your heart. It's getting together. It's meeting the one. So there's a battle going on with this Emperor between what's in his head and what's in his heart. Let's check out now what the Queen of Swords has going on in her mind space and what's going on in her heart space. Let's see what we've got here, everybody. If this is resonating with you and you're digging this story, like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. That helps build my channel. And I know to keep putting out free content. This is awesome. This is fun. I love doing this. I love doing readings. It's my thing. But I'm going to pull 3 cards for what's in the space of this Queen of Swords. All right, so I've got 3 cards to clarify the Queen of Swords mind space. The first card is the Lovers. Wow. Soulmate card, one of the best cards in the deck. So let's look back. We've had the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Lovers in this reading. If we're not talking about a soul connection, I don't know what is. But this is a romantic relationship, lovers. This is hot and heavy energy here in her mind. She's thinking about an intimate relationship with a lover. The next card I drew was a Queen of Pentacles, which is Capricorn, earth energy. The Queen is kind and warm-hearted. She's grounded. She's nurturing. She is successful due to all her hard work. And then the third card I drew was the Ace of Cups. Aces are very powerful. And we've had, I think, 2 aces come out so far. But cups are about deep feelings and intuition and emotions. And aces are an opportunity in the physical. So in this Queen's mind, she is trying to stay grounded, but she's looking forward to a healthy, intimate relationship with a lover, possibly this Emperor. Her heart is awakened and she's looking for oneness. And the Ace of Cups, look at the little lily pads on there. It's funny. That is a cup. It looks like a W, but if you reverse it, it's an M. Interesting. So now let's see what is in the Queen's heart space. Because we know what she's thinking about in her mind. She's like, dun, 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 dun. Spring's coming. I'm gonna get me some. No, I'm just kidding. All right, what's in her heart? What's in her heart? Does she have anything in her heart? It says she's kind and warm-hearted. What's in her heart? One more. I thought that flipped out, but it didn't. All right, I'm going to keep going. One more. Come on, you. Oh, all right. So, to clarify what's in her heart space, the first card I drew was photograph. So, she's kind of in her heart. She's kind of missing this emperor. She's looking at photos. She's nostalgic in her mind. She's just thinking about making new memories with this lover. And as the Queen of Pentacles, we know that the Queen is very successful due to her hard work, but in her heart, she's kind of weighing her options. She's thinking about taking a chance in love, maybe even being a little strategic about it. And then I had two cards pop out for the last of what's in her heart space. She's thinking about the breakup and the separation and the silent treatment that she has had since this connection had a Ten of Swords blow up. So that doesn't leave her mind. The fact that she's not hearing from the Emperor, there's no communication, it is on the front burner for her. And really what she's looking at is paradise. She wants happiness. She wants joy in her heart. Again, she wants oneness, just like the Ace of Cups. She's looking for oneness. Very exciting. So this Emperor, he's got the Queen of Swords on his mind. He's not communicating. There's delays. He's frustrated. Maybe a little bit resistance to change because that Five of Swords card is there and he's up in his head. And in his heart, he's just replaying the events. He wants to move forward. And again, oneness. That's three different cards that have depicted wanting oneness in the heart. And that's what we all crave at spiritual energetic beings. Not only do we want to be one with a lover or in an intimate relationship, but first we have to learn to be one with ourselves and be one with our Creator. We're all part of it. That's all an energy of one. We're not separate. And the reason why we feel lonely is because we feel separated. So I'm thinking that I probably need to do a part 2. I think that I'm going to end it here. And we've got these characters. They came across the connection. It had a problem. They probably had some healing to both do. We've taken a look at kind of what's in their heart space, what's in their minds. And in part 2, I'll do maybe later on this week, we'll find out where this Emperor and where this Queen of Pentacles is headed. Because this is all about soulmates. I had so many cards come up saying that this was a soul connection. And I'm really curious to see where this goes. So again, dun dun dun. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I didn't mean to leave it on a cliffhanger, but it's getting so long. I feel like I probably need to go to another one. Look for part 2 coming up in the next few days. I'll try to get it done as soon as I can. And I thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for being here. And I hope you have an absolutely beautiful Sunday and you're going out and you're living your absolute best life that you can. I love you guys. Peace.